Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today why do I sound like Jeffree Star? Okay. Today I want to talk about a topic that aggravates me personally. One, because I'm a girl group stan, and two, because it's just not right. Things are just not lining up, okay? And it's how girl groups are treated in the K-pop industry compared to how boy groups are treated. And that's what I'm going to talk about because it gets to me on a personal level, and I'm just going to talk about some issues that I have with this situation. Just a quick little disclaimer. Now, I'm not here to drag boy groups. I don't think why you would think that I'm that kind of person because I don't think I am. But anyways, I don't think that boy groups themselves are the problem or the members of the boy groups are the problem, but more so kind of the society, the companies, and sometimes the fans. But I'll get into that later, okay? But I'm not here to drag the boy groups. I am, however, going to use some boy groups as an example. But that's all there's to it, okay? Let's spill some tea now. My first issue is merchandise. So, K-pop companies oftentimes put out a lot of merchandise that fans can buy. BTS, for example, has a lot of merchandise. They have earrings, they have phone cases, they have light sticks, well, one light stick to be specific, and they even have perfume. And light sticks are usually one of the most important things that companies put out. And let's use SM Entertainment for this. EXO debuted in 2012 and got their light stick in 2015, I believe, while Girls' Generation, who debuted in 2007, I'm heated, okay? I'm gonna breathe. Okay. So they debuted in 2007 and they didn't get their light stick until now. It's taken 11 years to make a light stick for Girls' Generation, while you were able to put out a light stick for NCT at the beginning of this year, who debuted 2 years ago. How? Why did it take you so long to release a light stick for Girls' Generation? Same with Red Velvet. It just doesn't add up. Is it because these companies are too lazy because they believe that their girl groups are not successful enough? I really don't know, but there is literally no excuse why it's taking them so long to release a light stick. Same with Cube Entertainment. Pentagon, who I love with my entire heart, I would sell my soul to them if they asked me to. They got a light stick before CLC, who debuted before them, which makes 0 sense, and CLC still doesn't have a light stick up until this day. It is some shady business. Now, there's another thing that I want to touch on while we're on this subject of merchandise. For example, I love me some girl groups. It was the end of the year, December 2018. I was looking for some cute ass season greetings, okay? Because groups do that when it's the end of the year. Now, I was hoping personally for Weki Meki or Gugudan. And since I saw that Astro, that sounds so weird. Astro? No, that sounds like I'm saying the word ass. Okay, Astro. Sure, we'll roll with that. They put out season greetings, and I was like, okay, Fantagio, I see you. You're probably gonna do one for Weki Meki. Crickets, okay, crickets. Nothing happened. And then I was like, okay, let's try Gugudan since Vix has season greetings. Again, nothing. I'm sitting here like, all right, okay, I guess I don't buy season greetings then? I don't know, like, you don't want my money? Is it really too much to ask to make season greetings for your girl groups under the same entertainment? Don't you want to make money? I don't understand. Because to me, that seems like a good investment that the fans of the group that they like can buy their season greetings. Well, apparently not, I guess. My second issue is something that a lot of K-pop fans are probably familiar with, and it's something that we like to call the basement. And it's something that YG Entertainment, Pledis Entertainment are all too familiar with, and sometimes even SM Entertainment. And I'm not saying that male idols don't get put in the basement. because EXO has been put in the basement for a while, but eventually they got out. But it oftentimes occurs more to female groups. Let's take Pledis Entertainment, for example. They have two successful girl groups, After School and Pristin. And they have swept both of them under the rug like they were never even there to begin with. And now they're planning on debuting another girl group, and they're hyping up people probably to just swipe that girl group under the rug too. And then you have YG, who has one of the most popular K-pop girl groups as of right now, and he barely does anything with them. Like, I mean, we probably are going to have to wait another 50 years for another comeback from Blackpink, and by that time, I'm probably dead. We don't have time for this. Blackpink could be so much more popular than they already are if YG just gave them the same amount of comebacks as he does with his boy groups. These groups could be so much more successful just if the companies would give them the comebacks that they deserve. Because clearly they are able to give their boy groups 1 to 2 comebacks a year, why isn't it possible to do the exact same thing for your girl groups? And that brings me to my third issue, which is quite the opposite of what I've just discussed. And it is companies overworking their idol groups. Now, let's take JYP, for example, who has Twice, which is one of the most successful female K-pop girl groups, who've had like 6, 7, I don't know, comebacks in 2018, which is insane. And I know that there are some fans who say like, oh, but they love working. Yeah, they might, but they still need a freaking break. This is not normal. This is not sustainable for anyone, because it takes so much time to prepare for a concert. Well, that too, but for a comeback, they really need a break. And it's not just female idol groups, it's male idol groups a lot of the times too, because still at JYP Entertainment, Stray Kids, for example, have had 3 comebacks, but they've done music videos for almost all of their songs, which also takes a lot of time and effort. But however, I don't hear people speak up about male idols needing rest as much as female idols, while they need rest too, okay? Like, JYP Entertainment, please, like, calm down. Let your idols breathe for a second. Okay, good. My next issue is the sexualization for idols, and this goes for both male and female idols, even though I feel that female idols are more sexualized, and maybe that is because the sexualization of men is more normalized and it's more accepted, even though that doesn't make it okay. But when it comes to female idols, I sometimes wonder if certain K-pop girl groups are forced into doing sexy concepts because their company knows that it sells better. I don't know, because you see these girl groups performing sometimes in their outfits with very short skirts and very short dresses, and not all of them are wearing safety shorts and they look highly uncomfortable. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're uncomfortable with the concept, but maybe the outfit isn't really comfortable. And I think it's your job as a company to protect your idols and to make sure that they feel comfortable in their outfits while performing, and maybe to provide safety shorts for your female idols if they're wearing something really short. And Lovelyz is a great example of that. But of course there are idols as well who are comfortable with their outfits and are completely confident in performing and being sexy on stage, and of course we support that. You know, we support women feeling their oats. But on the other end, it's also sad to see that companies benefit off of exploiting their idols, and that's really sad to see. And that brings me to my next issue. So oftentimes when girl groups who have a sexy concept perform on a music show, they have to alter their dance moves because they're too sexual. Now, they're completely fine with the girl groups having short skirts and a short dress, but moving their hips is just too much to handle. South Korea cannot handle that. but they're perfectly fine with boy groups humping the air basically. That is completely accepted. What kind of double standard bullshit is this? You either ban both male and female sexual dances, or you allow both. You know, this doesn't make sense. And boy groups are not the problem here. They can hump the air all they want and grind the floor. I really don't care. But it's just the fact that they are allowed to express their sexuality during their live performances, but female groups aren't. That just doesn't make sense. That's just so sexist. Like, I mean, this, like, society clearly is a problem. So, for my last issue, I'm going to drag the fans, so buckle up. Just kidding. Yeah, I am actually going to drag some fans. Maybe not you specifically, but before I go ahead, I'm going to use two groups as an example. This is not me shading any group, okay? So I feel that sometimes boy groups are let off of the hook easier when it comes to certain problematic situations or whatever. And I'm going to use BTS as an example. So the situation with Namjoon happened, and I know that people use, oh, but Namjoon, to basically justify the action of another idol. No. Bringing up another idol's mistake to defend your favorite idol's mistake, that's not cute, okay? Sis, don't do that. Just take an accountability for what your favorite idol did. So, while we're talking about another idol, Mamamoo also made a mistake, right? Namjoon took accountability, he apologized, and people moved on from that situation. Mamamoo also made a mistake, and they also took accountability and apologized for it, but I feel like people still hold them accountable for that. Which, of course, if you don't want to forgive an idol, that is completely valid if you've done your research. But I feel like the difference here in the situation is that people don't really talk about it anymore and they've moved on from it, while with Mamamoo, people still talk about it. People kept making stuff up to make them seem like super horrible people to, I don't know why, but it's so interesting to see that two groups who've made a mistake can be treated so differently. In conclusion, I think K-pop still has a long way to go when it comes to treating their idol groups equally and fairly. And that were all the points I wanted to discuss when it came to this topic. If there's anything else important or another point that you think there is, please let me know in the comments. And what are your thoughts on this topic specifically? I'd love to hear it, and let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.